Steph, you know you can talk to me, right? About anything.
If there was something to talk about...
It's just, you haven't been yourself lately. You're working crazy hours, dodging calls. We're your family. We're here for you, you know?
Citizens of Haven, do not touch those dials. I have a jam-packed show for you, going all night long. Of course, I'll keep playing you the dopest music in all the land. Of course, I'll answer your calls and your futures. And, of course, I'll update you on the saga of the record store Devil Cat and my futile attempts to tame her savage heart. But first... another track. Okay, work mode, go. What the hell? Oh, fucking Valkyrie! What am I supposed to do with this? Don't know how much more quality fortune-telling I can come up with. Sometimes, this thing is the only reason I come to work. Look out for sticky meteorites. Yeah, I know. You want me to talk to you. Have a big decision to make? A nerve-wracking event on the horizon? Wish you knew how it all turns out? With one little call, you can. Give me a ring and have your fortune told right here on air. It's cheaper than life insurance. Don't worry, old guy. I also sometimes struggle with basic tasks. Man, it's almost like we're a real radio station now. Haven't been on top of my game lately, I guess. Psh, Kasha, you're still cool as hell. Aw, I was kind of pulling for Steph too. Life's even more random than tabletop. We just don't notice until we hit a 1. Same shit, different day. Here's an offer from our most loyal sponsors, Avalanche Ice Cream. Avalanche will be open on Halloween. So, if mom stuffs a coat under your princess dress, know that you can swing by Avalanche and stick your sweaty face in the freezer. They'll be giving out free cones to anyone. Who wears a costume. So, you know, dust off that Dracula cape and sink your fangs into a scoop of Black Forest cherry. Anyway, check it out. Got a caller. I should probably grab that. Hey, you're on the air with Steph.
Hey, all right. Thanks for taking my call.
Don't thank me yet. What can I predict you for?
Well, I don't know. I'm out here for a 3-week stay in the Firewatch Tower outside of town. I was actually just kind of hoping to chat with someone.
Dang. 3 weeks alone in a little box? I thought I was a boss for surviving 6-hour shifts in mine.
What can I say? I'm a level 90 loner. How about yourself?
Probably closer to like level 10. All right, fireman. Since this is still a fortune-telling show, How about this? You can tell me my fortune.
Well, I'm no radio psychic, but I'll do my best. What would you like to know?
What are the odds I end up being alone forever?
Okay. Is this a fear or an aspiration?
Well, it's the natural endpoint of my current trajectory, and I guess if I'm gonna end up there, I want it to at least be on purpose.
I don't have a crystal cootie catcher or whatever to look into, but I can tell you this. Getting away from everyone is the easy part. Sometimes it's even too easy.
I wouldn't say that. I've never left anyone without feeling bad.
But feelings are portable. You can take them with you straight out of town. So I learned this the hard way, but the idea of being alone can be a lot more enticing than the reality. And too often, the people who want to be alone real bad, they're the ones who end up calling into radio shows just to hear a stranger's voice.
But that wasn't really a fortune, was it?
Ah, you got me. I'll have to do better next time. Thanks for the chat.
And thank you for listening to KRCT. KRCT's countdown to Halloween begins next week. Don't miss out on some of the most iconic horror film scores, and some giveaways too. Life's even more random than tabletop. We just don't notice until we hit a 1. At least I get to listen to music all day. I had a lot of fun with Vi. Ugh. What is wrong with me? Seriously tempted to just put this song on repeat. Responded to her question yet. Fuck you, app. I really don't feel up to playing this game right now. I should put on a happy face and play nice. God. I don't know if I have the energy. Get it together, Steph. Best foot forward. Man, what do I even say? covered. Costume tips coming at you soon, right here on KRCT. Don't like my riffs? Tell it to the devil cat. Kind Haven listeners, by now you've heard me talk about everything the Black Lantern is famous for. Great food, great beer, great service, and great atmosphere. So what are you waiting for? One more reason to go? Then consider happy hour, right? Yes, happy hour, where the already great food and beers are even cheaper, but only for an hour. What a deal. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, you can now look forward to live music on Monday evenings, or maybe Sunday evenings. If you show up on Sunday and there's no music, that's how you'll know it's on Monday. Drop by today and tell them Steph sent you. Let's talk weather. Forecasts show another week of beautiful, sunny Colorado fall weather coming up. So keep an eye out for snow. I stuck the chore list on my laptop. Let's see what still needs doing. see. This one I can keep up for a while. Thanks, Gabe. My tiny, oppressive command center. Charlotte and I started this book club where we read the trashiest crime novels and then talk about how much we love them. Oh yeah, I should add a tally for yesterday's match. That game took a lot out of me. But then, they all do. Rung by rung, sucker. Okay, this is progress. Fresh goodies. Time to find your home. This is what it's come to. Bribing my cat with drugs. Sometimes I stand here and gossip about myself. Damn, Ninja Cat, I just filled this up. This thing's really coming along. But wait, there's more. I think it's time to raise the stakes. Let's see what Ethan does with that. Backseat bingo. Why does that sound familiar? Holy shit. Like, Kasha? Can't afford them yet. You can't just let customers pluck up all the good stuff. Still haven't figured out what's making my snare buzz. Ugh. Legends tell of a distant epoch when more than one employee's coat hung from this rack. Oh man, I'm only 20 years too late. Pull yourself together, Misty. I might have been a little optimistic about the demand for these. Found this just dumped in a corner. I'm hoping the wiring's still good. I won't rest until you're more sticker than support beam. Hey, horse. Did you know that gummy bears are made out of horse feet? Fiona was amazing in this. Of course Fiona wanted to be a bard. Of course she did. Hope the last person who used this remembered to clock out. We can't afford 15 years of overtime. This is like 95% Twizzler wrappers. No matter how many times I clean it, I can't get rid of the smell. I should probably stop sourcing my daily caloric intake from this table. Oh shit, I need to give this back. Violet gave this to me on our first date. Kinda made up for missing pride. At least at the time. The campaign's kind of on hiatus right now. Country is 1 part heartbreak, 1 part liquor, and then a motherfucking fiddle that can rock your ass. Step 1 of my grand plan to corrupt the youth. Wait, which one did Gabe do again? Get it? Steph picks instead of staff picks? Ryan made me do it. I already tried rubbing his belly. Still amazes me that we now sell comics. Props to Thanor for drumming up so much interest. As long as bands keep putting out actual records, I'll keep trying to sell them to actual customers. Chef Betty's been getting a lot of traffic from this bulletin board. Think I'll ask for my cut and risotto. I dragged this whole ass chair out here, and I haven't even used it for a nap yet. Criminal. Dude was camped out here for 3 hours. Didn't buy a thing. On the plus side, he did leave all this shit for me to clean up. I've lost 20 years of lower back functionality using this goddamn relic. Ryan says it's state law for every place of business to feature living greenery, and I still can't tell if he's lying. Just checking out some other options. Let's see what I have left. Oh, good. All of it. All right, just a few chores left. You're on with Steph.
Yes. Okay. I need your help. I'm in trouble with HR.
What did you do?
I screwed up. I was chatting with my coworker about the gym. We were talking about leg day, and she said she wanted to work more on her lower body.
Here it comes. What did you say?
I said her butt was fine as is, and she shouldn't worry about it, which was dumb.
Yeah, you think it's dumb to talk about your coworker's butt?
I know, but does it really need to be a whole big thing? I'm not that kind of guy, really. But now I'm freaking out. Can you tell me what will happen with HR?
I'll see what I can do. Life's even more random than tabletop. Ten, the most nothing number on the die. A conversation with HR. Not much to go on from the dice roll. So, what do I think this guy deserves? I'm back. Ready to face the music?
Let's just get it over with.
You sit down with HR in a hard plastic waiting room chair next to a "Hang in there" poster from the 80s. For 45 tense minutes, they drill you on every word of your company's sexual harassment policy, ultimately deciding that you need to apologize to her.
Are you sure? Because she laughed and said thanks. It was our coworkers that decided to make a big deal out of it.
Really, dude?
I'm sorry. It's just everyone's acting like I'm some sort of a creep all of a sudden.
Okay, relax. No one is calling you a creep. I know you weren't trying to make her uncomfortable, but you clearly did. So instead of telling some radio DJ that you screwed up and you're really a nice guy, why don't you prove it and apologize to her?
Yeah. You're right.
Please direct any further questions to your HR rep. Thanks for the call. A reminder to Haven listeners from Town Hall. Trick-or-treating hours for young children are from 6 to 9:30, with trick-or-treating hours for mountain lions beginning shortly thereafter. The American tradition of Halloween is a jazz fusion, if you will, of similar holidays across cultures. You can learn more about Day of the Dead in the Dominican at the Silver Dragon Dispensary this Saturday. And I don't know about you, but I am not missing out on Charlotte's Pan de Muerto. Still working on your Halloween costume? Here's a tip. Don't be a sexy cop. You know? Just don't. Even more tips coming up. Stay tuned. Okay, but how to become a home inspector includes 10 aggressively personal journal prompts, and they're amazing. We haven't exactly been getting the cream of the crop for this job opening. Definitely getting this one framed. Can't believe this was gathering dust in the back, when it could have been gathering dust out here. This filled up like a week after I printed a new one, which is one of those good problems. So glad I decided to hang on to this monstrosity. No, Ryan, they mean remaining players who also hatched a dragon egg. Duh. I can't even imagine imagine working the shop in the throes of Beatlemania. I wonder how long it took to get the scent of hairspray and Jack Daniels out of the shop. Man, the 90s must have been a wild time to be an edgy goth dork. I can't imagine doing the same job for like 4 decades. Poor CDs. None of the charm of vinyl, nor the convenience of streaming. But hey, at least you're shiny. Found it. Poor CDs. None of the charm of vinyl, nor the convenience of streaming. But hey, at least you're shiny. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the rest of this for the new employee, assuming I can get one. Been a while since I've worked on my song-ish thing. I've been tinkering with this one for like half a year, and I still don't know what it's supposed to be. I like it, though, so far. It might sound pretty dope with a breakdown, right? Oh, and a vocal track. Maybe I'll really bring the doom and gloom in the breakdown. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm on a roll now. Wow, I really don't want to do any of this. Fresh goodies. Time to find your home. Spec-fucking-tacular. Thanks, Devil Cat.
The whole town is rubble! It'll hit our house soon! I'm taking shelter, but I love you, okay? Mom! Mom!
Come on, Gingrich. It's fine. Don't need to deal with it right now. Of course Fiona wanted to be a bard. Of course she did.